Can you talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just waiting on Piotr.
User joined your channel.
Come on.
Hello. You wanted to talk?
Yes. I don't know. I hate fucking doing the middleman thing. It's very annoying. Playing telephone is awful.
Yeah.
And filled with cancer and AIDS. Anyway, so, like, what's the scoop?
Nothing really.
I wanted to like clarify what exactly was being proposed here. I need to turn your ass up. You're like quiet as a motherfucker. Alright, you wanna give me like a little...
Yep, what's up?
Thank you. Alright, and I apologize in advance. I am
Explore the
most of a
information
12
about
case
how
of beer
leaders
in.
influence
But
others below.
I have consulted the other great minds of our alliance, so I am filled with the wisdom of the ancients or something. Anyway, yeah, so if I'm tracking correctly, you're basically just proposing a nap on structures. Is that the beginning of the end of it, or am I missing something?
No, not. I mean, I didn't care about the structures because you guys don't even have structures. But I mean, I'm not going to actually go to high sec for that crap. Nobody wants to do that. So I was just saying less local splurge and
yeah. Well, that's literally all. That's
little,
literally all I care about. So
yeah.
I mean,
and then
anything I agree to is going to involve a nap.
Oh yeah, I already told him we can do that if you want. If you're gonna put up another Astra or Athenor or whatever on that moon, that's fine. I won't touch it again. I just wanted. I'm tired of like being stuck here. I want to go do other things, but we've been so aggressive towards you that we can't do that. And it was fun for a little bit, but it's definitely died down. Like we beat you guys pretty hard, and there's not a lot left to do, especially when you only had one structure and nobody wants to play station games all day. But we will if if it would have kept, if that was what it required, that's what we were willing to do. But we just don't want to do that necessarily. So we have other goals in mind, and yeah, so I was just saying less local splurge. If you want a nap, we can do a nap. I don't give a shit. I'm not really scared of you guys hitting our structures, but if you guys put up moons or something, I will help you defend them, and I won't touch them, and etc. etc. And then I was telling him, as time goes on, we can work towards even more friendly in terms of like letting you guys use our resources and whatnot. I'm over it. I don't really give a shit anymore. I want to do fun things again because this hasn't been fun. Sons of Salen have been a huge pain in the ass, and so we're gonna possibly start messing with them a little bit more, baiting them a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, there's not really much more we can do to you guys besides camp your station, and I don't want to do that because it's boring.
I agree.
But the only problem with me even starting this conversation was like the splurge of like, oh well, we beat them, we outlasted them. No, that's not even fucking case. We beat the shit out of you guys, and I'm just tired of it. There's no more. It's not fun anymore.
I could really be fucked about the narrative in this particular instance.
Yeah.
So, all I care about. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the only reason I would even care about the narrative is just because we're both leaders, and when you have a group of people, you kind of have to have some kind of narrative. There's always going to be spin and whatnot, so I just didn't want there to be any spin on either side. It's like just hey, we're tired of bashing each other's brains in for no fucking reason, for no gain, and let's just not. We can still fight each other and shit, but it'll be less cancerous. We're not gonna. We only dropped caps on you guys once, by the way. Well, apparently they just did it again, but
yeah, my Balgorn would beg to differ, and the rando ass fleet I threw out the other day, and the other fleet I threw out the other day before that. No, it's been a pretty regular thing that when you count out numbers, you throw caps around. I mean, it's fair.
No. First off, I want you to send me battle reports of every time we use caps, because we've dropped a single cap on you to kill those battleships. Like, what do you want to fight? Like 4, 3, 4, 5 cruisers against your fucking 5 battleships that you had on the undock? Like, get out of here. Like, we'll send a single hunter in and level it out.
Okay,
It's
there
in the
was.
past. It's
Yeah.
on Zika. It's in the past.
Yeah, it's on Zkill. You can look it up. I'm
But
not
at the same
super
time, I
worried
was just
about it.
giving the guys what they want to do. They want to use caps, so I'm
Right.
letting them use caps. So I mean, I'm just giving the people.
That's
what they want.
fine. That's fine. I mean, if you
That's
can afford
fine,
to lose
and
caps, then use them. Whatever.
yeah,
I will be honest. We
it
we
is what it
actually
is.
we tried to get some people to talk to you to bait you into dropping on a work roll we were going to use yesterday to just bait you guys out because you said you had a shit ton of caps. But we wanted to test that theory and get some third party to basically set a trap for you guys, but they didn't want to do it. So
To be honest, we will bat phone on a roll call before we drop our own caps.
well,
That's
kinda
probably
sad.
true. Yeah,
No,
well. I mean,
we are
no,
not in the position to be throwing around caps.
Do you think we are? We're the same size. We just
Look at all those
Yeah, but
Athenors, man.
you quite
Okay.
evidently have a lot more money than we do. I don't know if this wasn't clear from our previous conversation, but once upon a time our corp actually had money. We do not anymore. We were robbed.
Structures do not
So-
equal people, so I don't know where that comes from. Like just because we have
Well,
an
I'm not
infrastructure
talking
set up.
about people. I'm talking about money. We're fucking poor. We have always been poor.
Well,
It's
we've
just
actually
been
been
an ongoing thing.
purposely not firing our moons just because fucking you guys like to mine them in AU time zone. So we've been denying you guys that. So we haven't even been
Yeah,
using them.
we know.
We're self-sufficient, so it doesn't hurt us. But it would have been nice to be able to use what we have set up.
Right.
But we're
You
totally
don't wanna
willing
waste
to
the
do
fuel.
it just to fucking piss your guys off, so they can't do that to us. Denying you more content.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, you got us
I
pretty
feel
good.
like that was
one
the
man, but-
inverse relationship there, but it is what it is. Yeah, we had a lot of fun with that. That was great. I enjoyed that. That was lolsy. I especially enjoyed when the carrier dropped our single mining barge with like 3 sites. That was a good time.
Hey.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure they were pretty pissed off at the situation.
So
It's
basically, they do it they like to do it when I'm not online because usually I'm just like, no, we don't need fucking caps for this like little PvP
Yeah.
gang. Like this is kind of stupid, but so they like to sneak it in when I'm gone. Like just now, I haven't been on all day. I can't. So
it
Mutiny.
happens. It happens. I'm not butt mad about it or whatever. I just thought it was hilarious. We were giggling the whole time the whole thing was going down. So, it is what it is. But yeah. Anyway, the moral of the story here, I think, is that yeah, if you want to do a nap thing or whatever, and we can not Loki camp as much or whatever, then that's fine. That sounds fabulous.
I mean, you guys.
We're
camp us.
all about just having, people that are neighbors that we can fight with, but that we aren't going to have like endless pissing matches with. I don't know if I told this in my story previously, but when we were Manifesto down in fucking like Nullsec, we tried to do like a fucking Aquarius Fight Club style thing or whatever.
Yeah, those don't work.
And like, yeah, everybody we tried to bring onto it like fail skated, and it was very depressing. But regardless, we like to have neighbors that we can fight, but not have like endless pissing matches with. We love small guying content. That is our shtick. So, if that's what's being proposed here, in whatever capacity that may be, that sounds super duper. Sure.
Yeah, essentially. I've already told my guys to tone down on the shit talking even before this. Like this a couple days ago, I was just tone down on it because I'm honestly getting tired of it. I just want to play the fucking game.
Oh man,
At
Young
first it
puked
was
the other
great,
day. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, the whole coming into
My
our
man
Discord
lost
thing.
his mind. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, something hit his nerve there. I don't know.
He just likes to splurge every now and then because he's a Diplo, so he usually has to hold his tongue. But every now and then he just likes to let it out.
It's all good. We didn't take anything personally, so.
Yeah. No, no, it wasn't. I said my piece on that whole thing, and he can take it for what it is. But beyond that, I don't give a shit. So, Puke is what he is. I've flown under him a few times. He's a character, that one. He's not bad.
He's a good dude. He busts his ass for us.
Yeah.
Like you've seen all the different people we flow with on our kill boards. Like we got friends everywhere. We just but I'm tired of that. I want to be just us instead of going and joining other people's shit. We're gonna start doing our own thing, and part of that had to in order for some of that to happen, it was just like to stop fucking worrying about just shitting on you guys all the time, because it's not gonna help us in any way at this point.
Right. And we also are trying to grow our alliance, and it's extremely difficult to grow if we can't. If
That
we're too
was
busy fighting other people
at
too.
first that
So
was part of the goal, was like we weren't gonna let you grow, and we know that if we're just constantly doing what we were doing to you guys, nobody was going to join you. In fact, we even lost a couple people, and that was kind of the goal at first. But then I like started thinking about it more, and I was like, this is exactly what I hate in this game, and I'm becoming it. So I need to just chill the fuck out. So
Dude,
I'm not going to apologize, but I
you're
do
strumming
understand.
my heartstrings right now. Hold on.
Yeah,
I'm
no, I mean,
gonna drag my co-CEO in here.
User was moved to
Yeah,
your
dude,
No
you
channel.
worries.
can fucking join. It's all cool.
Because I've always been a proponent of like, don't fucking kill. Like I'm not calling you guys the farm, but I'm saying like other units like Wangs and stuff, like they're always just out, they're just farming their dudes and or other dudes into oblivion, and then they kill them, and then there's one less low sec alliance. Like I realized that's kind of what we were doing, and I'm like, I need to stop being what I fucking hate. So
You're speaking my language.
yeah,
You're strumming my heartstrings.
finally, some fucking unity.
I might give some
Here we go.
impressions that I'm an absolute dickhead, but I'm actually one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. So especially in this game, I'm always wanting to help people.
Dude,
I'll be right back.
I'll be honest, like, because, like, I mean, I'm sure you know by now that we have a recording that is circulated internally. This is not being recorded, by the way. That has circulated internally in that conversation, and there was a number of people who commented on how fucking cool you kept with fucking Kurt doing his Kurt thing. Kurt fucking riles us up. The fact that you coming in with like your fucking ultimatum shit with that, like, and not fucking snapping on his ass is a testament to your character. I will give you that.
I mean, I've like just like you guys, I've been playing this game a long time, done a lot of things with a lot of different people, been in a lot of different leadership positions, so I don't really tilt very easily. I do tilt on when I don't tilt, but I get annoyed by people like Sons who try to play this back and forth card of like, hey, we're your friends, but we're not your friends, and we're gonna help you, but then we're not gonna help you, and it's more basically I've kind of realized that they were just using us to help them get numbers in their fleets when they were smaller than us, and then that helped their fleets be successful to where they could recruit other corps, and now they're bigger than us, and they're already starting to do old snuff stuff, where they just be total dickheads to us, and I'm over it. Like, they were never even blue to us, by the way. I know you guys were like making the meme that they were our pets and shit. That was just because you guys were attacking a citadel and you were vulnerable, so they dropped on you. But we actually were never friendly with them. We were frenemies with them, and they're definitely more enemy than friendly now. And I want to focus on possibly them or just other people instead of just doing this stupid shit next door. Gotta nip them in the bud, per se.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way he's talking to me on Discord, he acts like he's still scared of us because supposedly he has low SP numbers. Because I was like talking to their leadership, I'm just like, I'm fucking tired of this, man. Like quit being fucking, like, I get that you guys are PvPers and you don't want blue. That's fine. I'm all about that. But you guys aren't doing just that. Like, you're being abrasive pieces of shit on purpose to trying to tilt us because you want us to fail so that we can join you, which we would never do at this point, honestly. But because they're one of the many groups that were pissed off that we didn't join them instead, and we made our own thing.
Yeah, I hear
Sounds
that.
familiar.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I told you guys in that last recording or that last meeting we had that you recorded. Like, I said the exact same thing. Like, a lot of people were pissed off, and then that we didn't join them, and then this kind of the same thing with us. We're pissed off that you guys didn't join us, but I'm man enough to accept the fact that whatever, I'm over it, and it is what it is, and now it's just time to move past it.
Yeah, man. So I mean, yeah, like, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, terms I'm throwing down, Nap, and if you guys need help with fucking structure or whatever, I mean, it's literally the same proposal we threw at you fucking last time. Nap, we just shoot each other, have fun. But, I mean, if you guys need help or we need help, maybe we can bat phone, but it's, whatever. But yeah, like we aren't the type. Like again, like we have tried from day one to try and do UFC sort of blue troll kind of stuff, whatever. You can go back and talk to fucking everyone. You can talk to Feign Disorder people. You can talk to Iron Armada people. You can talk to fucking everyone. That's what we do. We're good for our word. We're always good for our word. So
Yeah,
if
have
that's
no
if
doubt.
that's if that is what you want to agree to, then I am we're fucking we're like little Fonzies. We're cool.
Sounds good to me. Um, and if you guys want, like I said, we're gonna start doing our own fucking thing finally, and start poking some people and seeing what happens, like poking structures and stuff, trying to create some fights. And if they end up being too much for us, or just a few over what we can handle, like if you guys want to get in our fleets, we'll allow that. If you guys are interested in that, that is.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna guarantee anything in terms of offensive timers, but defensive timers I'm completely fine with. And I mean, in terms of the other stuff, I mean, you let us know what's happening. Maybe we can throw a few people your way or whatever. That's completely fine with me. Like I said, we just want to throw down a couple things and just roam Losec. That's all we want to do. We've done the nullsec empire thing and all that shit. Really over it, and we just want to be chill.
Yep,
So
same boat. Not going back to nullsec, never. Maybe not never, but until they fix some things and the blocks die out a little bit. Cause yeah, I've
yeah,
helped run a block before, and I'm not doing it again. It's just not fun.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's
No,
I
it's
don't
not
know.
fun
It's
because I didn't spend any time playing the game. I spent my time diploing and being Swort's little bitch, and I'm not doing stuff like that again.
no, yeah, no. We didn't have that problem, but our problem was just legitimately that fucking yeah. Everybody wanted us on their team,
No, that's just
and
nullsec. Everybody wants everybody to be blue with everybody. It's
yeah,
fucking annoying.
everybody wanted us on their team, and we didn't want to be on anybody's team, and so it was basically be on our team or fucking get exploded. And we were starting to work something out with DRF, and they didn't fucking pull their fucking weight on the side of the agreement. We fucking held back try for fucking like 2 months with fucking frat and fucking skill yourself and all these fucking assholes on our fucking shit. And
Yep.
then, we're like, all right, well, you said you were going to show up for the fucking big timers. Where the fuck are you? And we got like, fucking like 10 guys from fucking FCon. Ooh. Yeah, that's the fucking DRF fucking powerhouse
Excuse me.
right there. Fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
No, I know that pain too. I've been in that situation as well as being on the other side of that situation. So it's just not
yeah.
fun to me. I don't get to play. I like small fleet engagements, like 30 to 50 man fleet fights. Not. I hate small gang. I hate micro gang. It's just not fun. Roaming is awful. It's one of the worst content in the game right now, in my opinion. Because we did 3 fleets in one day. We got 2 kills out of it, and we just roamed around and empty everything for like 5 hours. And I'm never doing that again either.
Damn, dude, you gotta send some people on our fucking fleets. We fucking make shit happen. I'm
Well,
telling you.
we did the
You
E
know what this?
fleets. That's the problem. It was in nullsec, and
Oh
nullsec.
yeah,
So
yeah. No, we
Yikes.
are. See, that's why we're actually in Goinard, right? Because it's like equidistant between both of the FAC war spaces, right? So if you go out in like Frigs and Decies, right?
shit, it's fucking central to
Um,
everything in the game.
exactly. So you take out some Frigs and Decies, you take some of the frigate logi shit, and like some plated shit. Like we went out with like what was it, like 3 Algoses, a Vigil fleet, 3 fucking whatchamacallits, and a bait Punisher.
Yeah, we followed you guys
And
around while you were doing that for a little bit, but
yeah, it was a good time, dude. Like I'm telling you, like that's where it's at. Like you want to just get some decent, like just bullshit roaming content, do that. I mean, you can do cruisers too, but it's like it's a little bit harder to pull fights. If you take Friglogy, like this is the thing too, is like if you just take like a friggin' Desi fleet with like T2 Friglogy, people constantly underestimate that shit. They'll fucking like whip out a battleship and a couple cruisers on you, and like they don't even realize like what they're fucking walking into. Like we've legitimately with comps like that with like I think like 20 people killed like multiple dreads and carriers. Like
yeah.
it's fucking stupid.
Takes a half hour, but it works.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's what we're gonna start dipping into. Like we were looking at Amar and all that, that Amar FAC War stuff before. We're not going back to Plaster Black Rise. There's nothing there that's good content anymore. But the Amar,
yeah, it's
yeah, it's dead. But the Amar Minmatar zone, yeah, we were looking at that, and then we were gonna start doing things, and then we started our little micro campaign against you guys, and now we're looking at it again. If again, I can't be fucking bothered to roam in frigates and decies and shit anymore. Like I did that shit for a long time, and I'm over it. But if you guys do go out and you want to stop by Rig and see if a couple of our guys want to go, feel free. I'm sure some dudes actually do still like that in our crew.
all right. Well, I'll keep that in mind when we're fucking throwing together our rooms and shit. Yeah, see, this is I wanted things. Rat.
Yeah, I know everybody wanted this when we first got here, but it just had to happen that we had to do our little dick stomping, I guess. I don't know. We had to fucking throw our fucking E-peens around. But I'm over it. My brain is chilled out. I'm not angry anymore, so it is what it is. I mean, that little meeting, like, I know I kept my chill in that meeting, but that little meeting is part of the reason I got so pissed off and I really wanted to, like, shit all over you guys because of how that went. I was like, first off, they recorded it and posted it in our Discord, and, like, alright, you want to be those kinds of fucking guys that shit up other people's Discords? Bet, I got you.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I told Scoop not to do that, and he did it anyway. So I
Yeah.
apologize for that.
Scoop.
That was entirely meant for internal circulation only.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, once it was up, I posted it, put it in our Sedition Discord, and I was like, everybody check this shit out. They want to be fucking cool guys, so posting shit in our Discord. So let's fucking give it to them. They really, really bought into the idea of anti-manifesto, but they're kind of over it now at this point. It's kind of dried up. So that little recording like really fucking fed their fire. They loved it. So yeah, that's what I was telling Scooby. Is like all of this like fuck us propaganda bullshit in our Discord. Like everything that you guys say just like makes our guys want to destroy you guys more and more. It's actually doing really good work for us. It was counterproductive for you guys.
But okay, well then I don't know. I guess I can like shoot at a ping or something, and I'll set you as neutral just so that it's obvious.
Yep. I'm assuming you
I
have us plus 10 or -10 or -5 right now, right?
yeah, so you use -10, so people
Yeah.
keep an eye out for your fucking alts and that
Yeah,
kind of shit.
that's what we did for you guys too. So we'll just
Yeah.
reset you to gray.
Yeah, reset to gray. To put out a ping, say, hey, don't shoot structures, but everything else pretty much goes.
By the way, you need to teach your guys if they want to like try to ping fatigue, they need to do more than 5% damage.
Yes, I know.
Because
Like,
I kept seeing, I was watching them with my eyes, and they were just like constantly warping in, shooting it, and warping off. It's like that's not how that works, guys. He's like, yet here you are, coming to check on it. It's like, no, I'm just happen to be in here.
See what was happening with him. Okay, so like you were seeing him warp off. What was happening with him is his connection is like really fucking bad. As far as Eve is concerned, like.
He did it with a VNI several times where he would drop drones, hit it, pull drones, warp off. I think that was purposeful.
Well, which tune was it?
Fuck, I can't remember.
Because Kurt was doing it with an Oracle, and Kurt was having connection issues like crazy. He kept on trying to get people like, hey, let's go and fuck with their shit to the 5%. Because I know we did it a couple times, and that was when I went with him.
Well, you did it once. I do remember one ping.
Yeah, so, because, and then there was the Astrahus too, right?
That's what I was talking about. Was the Astra. Did you hit something else?
Yeah, we did. We hit one of the Astrahuses in Rage, and then you guys dropped two carriers on us.
Oh, the Athenor. It was the Athenor, wasn't it?
No. Okay, so like what it was is we were poking structures, and we got one of your structures down to the ping mark in Goynard, and then we went and we were doing one of the ones.
The low power one.
Yeah, and then we went after we went the one in low power, and we just threw together like a bullshit kitchen sink fleet with like fucking like 4 scythes and some like it was like a Hurricane and an Osprey Navy and some other shit. And then we decided we were gonna try and bait out because like we thought you only had like one carrier, but then there was like a second carrier. But we thought there was only one carrier, and we're like, dude, we can totally kill like a solo carrier. Like they're being cocky, so like we went after that or whatever. And then the second carrier was there, and then we couldn't tank it, so we had to dip out, and we lost like 2 sides. But yeah, so like there was that one too, and it was on the same day. So
I mean, we would have been fine if you guys would have poked our shit. We're pretty immune to that after being in bums for so long.
Right.
I just said
Yeah.
that hoping you guys would do that and waste your time because I was just like, sure, let them. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no, I mean, literally, it was just people who were fucking like bored and trying to
Fight
make
the
timers.
power.
Yeah, that was sort of the notion. It was mostly Kurt just trying to drag people out to fucking do stuff and maybe pull a fight, but mostly you guys just fucking boarded the structure and made it not cool. But anyway, it is what it is. So, yeah, no. So there was at least a couple that I can think of. There was the Astra and then the Astra. So yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
It's all behind us.
Yep. If you guys put up, you guys need to be careful putting stuff up here though, because Wangs does have eyes on us now. They apparently had no idea we were down here. I'm sure you guys saw that they blobbed the living fuck out of our Asbel. They dropped 50 Macarials, and then our eyes had 50, or not 50, sorry, 30 dreads on standby in Old Man Star, waiting to drop on us. I'm like, we we formed up in like 13 Serbs and undocked just so they could see what they just blobbed. Like, it's pretty disgusting to see, but it is what it is. If they can do it, why not? So
Yeah.
if you anchor anything, just be careful. Try to set it for a wonky time zone, and if anybody pokes it, just let us know, and we'll come help you guys out with it.
I appreciate that. So, yeah. Anyway, so all right, that's where we're at or whatever. So I mean that all seems fine to me, and I have consulted the oracles and all that stuff. So there's no like, hey, we need to consult the greater manifesto or whatever. Everybody, some people were iffy, but we're just like, yeah, sure, whatever. So,
Okay.
it fits more in line with our general philosophy, so we're fine with that. So, yeah, and like I said, you know, if you guys got some fucking timer defense stuff, whatever, we can show up with some stuff, whatever. I will have you know that I am the Windrunner Tornado Master. So, you know, that's a thing I can do.
Do you guys? So we're debating on turning on our moons or not because we've barely been mining them. If you guys want to use our moons, we can allow that because we just really don't mine. We're not a mining group. I basically have them held because they're good moons, or they're not good. Some of them are decent, but obviously the 32 and the 64 we're holding just because we're better us than somebody else.
Yeah.
But if you guys want to start using those moons, just hit me up and we can turn them on because I just don't really give a fuck about mining, and neither do most of our guys.
I mean, how do I say this?
We'll have to get a collective to see how many people would actually mine it, because if there's not going to be that many, probably won't be worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, so what I can say is like Alex, for example, he tends to be on because of his work in like AU time zone. And he's got like 5 tunes. I got my tune. Fucking Scoob's got like 3 tunes. There's a few other people. So I mean, we can throw some tunes around or whatever. I guess my only question in regards to that, would the expectation be then that we just contract it back to your buyback? And this isn't a question because like, ooh, that's a problem. It's just a legit question.
I don't know.
Because I mean, you got to keep the fuel paid for, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean,
I don't care about the fuel payment. We have guys that make us fuel blocks. We just have to move it over there. But like, I don't know. I would just talk to my guys. They would probably want something. We can do like a. Not. I don't know. I'm not a moon guy. I don't fucking know. I would have to ask my indie guys, but they would probably want something in return since they are our moons and we do hold them and pay for them and all that other shit. But I don't really care either way, so I'll have to ask my indie guys about that.
All right. Well, then let's leave that in the air for now.
Yeah.
But,
I was just putting it out there as a feeler.
My suggestion would be, because I do know we have people like I said, like Alex, like Scoob, who are have more industry inclined things, and I have some other tunes. Like I just picked up a guy today that has like an ass load of tunes. That is more industry inclined. Yada yada. So I mean, I have no problem doing into a buyback as long as it's like, not higher than a 15% margin. So I mean, preferably 10. 10 is what we do.
If we did do a buyback, it would probably just be whatever the normal alliance buyback that our guys have set up for our guys is. I have no idea what that is, but that's probably just what it would be if that did happen.
All right. Yeah, because I mean, I know, like, as I had talked about, and I mean, his thing was, when I had talked to him a while ago, and he was, going with what his members wanted. But that he was gonna try and arrange something along those lines.
I have not
And
seen Val a single time since he's joined.
okay, he's been on. I've seen him a couple times. When we've been fucking around with your shit. He like logs in, does his skill queue, maybe hauls something, and then logs off.
Yeah, he said he's
So
just working crazy ass schedule right now. So
yeah, well, because so I mean I don't know what he said about it, but I mean basically his deal is I can't remember what he's doing for work right now, but he's in like I think Pennsylvania. Anyway, the point is he's considered like an essential worker or whatever, but they've had a bunch of people that have like cut back their hours because they're all worried about the corona shit, whatever. And so they're giving like huge bonuses for working overtime. And he's got like a fucking kid on the way, so he's just been working like fucking 50, 60 hour weeks to get those fucking that bonus, because like they're paying like $100, $200 a fucking day extra for you to work overtime for like
shit, I'd be
fucking
working a
4
lot
hours.
too.
Yeah, and so that's what he's doing, and so that's why you haven't seen him a lot. And I mean, I have to admit, in regards to diplomacy and things, he probably would have helped ease things. But it is what it is. So yeah, because I mean that he was what is being discussed at this exact moment is what he was hoping would occur. So and if you doubt me, you can message him and verify.
No, I believe you. That's what Senna was kind of saying, but it wouldn't have mattered. I was out for blood when we first got here, so but we're past that.
Yeah. So anyway, yada yada yada. Yeah. So work it out with your dudes. I could say right now that we have enough mining dudes. Like, I mean, we cleared what was left of your fucking R32 belt in terms of the actual super valuable shit. Just bullshitting around in procs. So, and getting shot at the same time. So, I mean, if we're left to our business, we can clear stuff, and I have no problem selling into a buyback. If it means that my more industrially oriented character people stuff can do their industrially oriented character thing. So,
Alright, cool. We're still trying to put down an Asbel. If we ever get one up, we'll probably end up just letting you guys use that as well. It's probably not going to be in Rig. It's probably going to be like in Alapis or one of those other systems that people don't really pay attention to now that Rig has a big old bullseye on its back.
yeah, that makes sense. I actually have like a totally elite fucking suggestion for you.
What's that?
And that is, and this is a technique that only a handful of people know about. Okay, so neat little thing. So you know how there's those beacons in space? With the, you got like the destroyed shipyard bullshit like that, right? It's the little yellow beacon thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so most people actually leave that on their overview, right? And a lot of people that spot, hey, there's an Asbel anchoring or some shit like this, just happen to notice in space when they're looking around, right? So if you anchor it on grid away from the gate, and away from the gate from wherever the thing is, it is significantly less likely to be noticed.
Well, I mean,
So, like for example, Goinard, I believe, has one. So, I mean, if you're looking for inconspicuous places, there are so many citadels in that system already. To put it, I guess Goinard has everything in D-scan though. You want to go for a bigger system.
that's the biggest
But
thing, yeah. Because I've ninja dropped every single Fortizar bomb zoned was me, and I ninja dropped all of them. We didn't have to defend a single one, except for the one in Ansu, because I don't know why somebody put one there, but they did, because we were just going to use the stations. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I know I'm pretty good at doing that, and that's why. So the only reason we did it in Rag, so it was kind of a test. So partly somebody wanted to anchor it. I didn't even give a shit about it. I was just like, yeah, sure. If you have one and you want to throw it up, because he's had it for like 2 years or something, I was like, all right, fine, whatever, throw it up. Do it off the fort so it can, blah blah blah, because you can't really hide it in Rag at this point with people watching us 24/7 now. So I was like, just throw it up off the fort. We'll see what happens because I am curious to see who comes and blobs it. And it was Wangs, and they have not been in our system a single time. So somebody is talking to them. So it was good to just know also like who is keeping tabs on us.
Mm-hmm.
So it had multiple purposes, but hold on, what?
Tab 1 is yours.
Yeah, in just a minute, okay. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know how big. I haven't really looked into it since because they still want an Asbel for making caps and stuff, and doing whatever else the hell they like to do with indie stuff. I don't know. So I haven't looked at the constellation good enough to find a good spot for it. I don't know how big Alipus is or those other two systems. Lerm might be a good spot because of how many Wang structures are already in there, and so you can just hide it in a dead space somewhere. But yeah, I mean, I had never heard that one where you use the little yellow beacon though, so that's pretty cool. I'll take that into consideration.
Yeah, because it overlays with it, so it's it takes priority. So you'll always see the little yellow box before you see the blue box.
Yeah.
It's we used that in nullsec several times during our ventures. We managed to ninja anchor a Astrahoos under Triumvirate's nose.
And that's weird because they get pings if it's in somebody else's Sov. So
It
they're
was
just
right
bad.
before that. It was right before that patch came out. And
Nice.
then, because like after we got punted out of our space, we went to Molten Heath. And we
That
were
probably
living
didn't
there
go
for.
well.
It worked actually fairly well for a number of months. We had R64s, R32s, all that kind of shit.
Oh, that was before Ivana then.
No, Ivano was there. They just didn't care. Like we also like anchored it out of their time zone, and like we tried to do it like we didn't ping anything. It was all ninja anchors, all that kind of shit. So
Nice.
we managed to get a couple R32s up, R64, that kind of stuff. We even threw up an Asbel. And then we went and did a campaign in Scalding Pass against Triumvirate. Actually, no, it was against Stella Nova, who was like a Triumvirate.
Yeah, I
head.
remember Stella. They had a runoff basically. Like
Yeah, they're
one of their corps left and started it, running with dogs or something.
yeah, running with dogs was the main corp. They were actually in an alliance with us previously, which is weird because before it was run by a dude and now it's run by a chick, and then it was. I think there's just a corp now inside Tri or something. I don't know. I stopped paying attention to that stuff like a year and a half ago. Anyway, anyway, we started a campaign against them, and then they joined Fraternity's coalition, and Fraternity told us to fuck off. And then Fraternity briefly made an agreement with us. And then we had this guy who was running an alliance inside Great Wildlands Coalition, which is like NSH, Feign Disorder, Disturbance, a few
Chemo.
other. Yeah,
That's what they call themselves.
they called themselves Chemo. It was GWCS for a long time. The Great Wildlands Conservation Society. That's what we knew them as. Anyway, one of the groups they had in there was like, what the fuck were they called? Something
Ebola?
Bears?
Oh, drop bears.
No, not Drop Bears. It was. Fuck me. I'd have to look it up. Anyway, they were the only group that actually owned Sov out of that group. And they own the R&M pocket and Scalding Pass. And they were putting like the most numbers into the GWCS fleets, right? But the guy who was running it was having trouble like getting everybody on board and this kind of thing because he was super busy because it was like mom was like literally dying and had to move home with him. And they started busting his ass about not being active enough and this kind of shit. And he's like, dude, like, I have to take care of my mom. Like, fuck you. And like, they started like legitimately going after him for fucking like the fact that he was like taking care of his mom while she was dying and that he couldn't fucking delegate enough, even though they were still putting the most numbers into their fleets.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Anyway, so he decided because they were being such assholes, they were going to hand the space over to us. And we had some friends who had already taken space just south of that, Slow Children at Play. And yeah, anyway, it was a whole. Yeah, those guys were shaky at best.
Special.
Yeah. Anyway, and then we had some friends, sort of friends from way back, Route 4 Solutions, come in. They fail skated promptly because, yeah, anyway, we tried to take the R&M pocket. It was all transferred over to us, and then fucking GWCS wanted a big ass campaign against us. And if they didn't think they could win a timer, they'd bat phone against us. And it was like, if you're trying, because their whole thing was like, oh yeah, we just want content. Well, okay, like evicting us isn't going to help you with that problem. You think you're going to fight the blocks, and look where they are now. They're NC pets. But anyway, um, yeah. So it was a whole fucking thing down there, and yeah, they were fucking razzing fucking homeboy about, oh man, kind of shit. Anyway, there was a point to this story, and I'm drunk and I can't remember what it was,
No worries.
but
I'm actually
anyway.
getting ready to be gone a lot too because I got a bunch of training coming up. So.
You fucking military or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had a few of those members. I know that'd be, although I have not been there, obviously. I'm one of those, like, lives in his mom's basement socialist people. So, um, um, although I do actually do relevant things. But anyway, blah 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 blah. Stellanova. Oh right, anchoring structures, ninja anchoring stuff. That was where this came from.
Yeah.
Was that, yes, guerrilla campaign, we used that technique on several occasions, and while it obviously doesn't work in nullsec anymore, I can confirm from prior experience it works just fine in lowsec, because people are lazy as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, and we live in a relatively dead pocket too, so I'm not worried about trying to get anything anchored, honestly, as long as it's not in rig at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ellipse is a good system to do that.
Cool. Well, looks like we got everything sorted then.
Yeah. So, anyway, it seems all straight. You can always, of course, message at any given point. I will add, since I know that fucking Scoob has been, like, a primary contact point, he's, like, technically, like, fucking middle management or whatever. I mean, I have no problem with you using him as a diplo contact, but if you really need to get some shit done or you have, like, a super serious fucking business thing, it would be my preference if you, contact me or Shred,
Yep, no
because
worries.
you're the official people for that. I mean, yeah, Scoob does recruitment and helps manage things. But
I mean, if I'm on and they're not, you can pass it to me. I'll pass it to them.
I do not mean to sound like extra particularly dismissive or something. I'm just saying, like, primary point of contact should be myself or Shred. You can also, I guess, contact Voodoo, but if you're going to do that, I would say contact Scoob at the same time.
Damn.
Yeah,
So.
Scoot's probably gonna be around if I am anyway. So
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, Voodoo's kind of, yeah, here for the roams. So less so for the micromanagement. So
Shred is the one who's made his own little court perfection warfare stuff, isn't he?
Yeah,
that is correct. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we were like 2 seconds from pulling the trigger on killing his Reitaru, just for shits and giggles, and then just your other one in fucking Asiets, but I just can't be fucked with high sec. I don't care.
Wait, Shred has a retard?
Everybody would have to pay like hundreds of millions of IS just to fucking get into the system, and I'm not about that shit.
You got a couple guys at -10. I don't know if they'd like to spend all that money.
That was the biggest thing, is we have several that are up really low, and they're just like, yeah, I like this, and I'm not going to pay to get rid of it, so fuck off. I was like, all right, fair enough.
Yeah, we had a whole conversation about whether or not that was the case, and we suspected that it was. So it's nice to know that our suspicions were confirmed.
Well, not entirely, because I have 5 accounts that I have Spider Tanking Lashaks on that I do high sec shenanigans with, so I was just going to use that, but I decided not to do that too, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, that would have probably been slightly more manageable, but especially because, yeah, more people active, whatever. But yeah, regardless, it would have been interesting, but I think we're past that point.
Yep.
And yeah, so anyway, blah 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 blah, talking in circles, whatever. Yeah, I think we're cool. I'll put out a ping, you put out a ping, and we're all little Fonzies now, and we'll just not poke each other's structures. Small gang stuff can still happen, and I'll reduce cloaky camping things to some extent.
I mean, you can cloak camp if you want. It really didn't affect us.
Okay. All right. Well,
I
then
mainly,
I'll let the...
I mainly just do it to watch the gate. That's all.
That's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's my nullsec brain. I just find cloaky camping to be extraordinarily annoying. So,
Well, if you're actively aggressing somebody, it is. But I mean, even and this is nothing entirely personally against you guys, but like we just weren't scared of the fact that you had eyes on us, and so we were like, sure, let them try to do something to us. Like they wanted it, so we were okay with it. But I'm like I said, we're past that, and I'm trying to focus on other things right now. The one cloaky eyes that I had in there, I'm probably gonna move to Sun's space, and then yeah, I've got a lot of them, but I just didn't feel the need to camp you guys that much. I only put my camping eyes in there for like a couple days, I think. So,
Yeah.
yep, we're past that. You can stop if you want. You can keep doing it if you want. It doesn't really matter to us. We're pretty used to it. Sons has been doing it for the past week, so it is what it is.
All right, cool.
All right.
This
Fabulous.
meeting is adjourned.
Yep, think so. I gotta go do some classes now. So.
All right, cool. Thanks for joining, man.
Yeah, no problem.
See you, Ronan.
See you guys.